Okay, we are live here, folks. Penguins had a thrilling 8-5 victory against the Philadelphia Flyers here this afternoon. Close out the series 4-2. What can you say about Jake Guentzel? 4 goals today. Wow. I can't tell you last time I remember somebody who scored 4 goals. I'm going to have to check with Bob Grove, see who's done that. That's just incredible. Welcome to all who will join here this afternoon, and to all who are going to watch the rebroadcast of this as well. It did not start out well. It was a very shaky start to the game. And then I looked at my wife and I told her, I said, on the face-off, Sidney Crosby's going to tie this up. And he did. And wow, yeah, just it was absolutely fantastic. I can't say enough about that. And what else can you say about Patrick Hornquist? I am so glad General Manager Jim Rutherford decided to sign him to a long-term deal, because he is such a key component to this team. He makes a huge difference, and you could see all he did for Jake Guentzel today. I know he had several assists on Guentzel's goals today. It was just absolutely crazy. And what can you say about Phil Kessel? Phil Kessel's not the kind of guy that you're going to see go out and engage somebody and fight. But boy, oh boy, he sure did today. He went out there. He said, "You know what? You don't do that to our guys. You don't do that." And he went out and he took the role of enforcer. And I've never seen him do that. And that is just absolutely total incredible team play. Absolutely. Can't say enough about that. That was just very, very, very selfless of him. And, there were a lot of bad plays. There were a lot of bad penalties today. Letang took a bad penalty. There were defensive lapses today. Murray on one of the goals, I think it was a 4th goal, did not look good at all. And things were looking pretty bleak. And then we got a tie before the end of the second period. Wow. Can't say enough about that. The Penguins in their pregame tweets talked about resilience. And Mike, that's one of Mike Sullivan's favorite words, is this team is resilient. And it showed today. It was incredible. You can't say enough about that. It seemed at times, I'm going to also talk about that hit on Hagelin from Giroux. That was a high hit. That was a dirty hit. There was no penalty on that. Hagelin missed the rest of the second and the third, may have a possible concussion. I don't know, but that's just atrocious. You can't have that. It's more garage league officiating. And what else can you say about the misfits of misinformation on NBC Sports? Those guys they couldn't get enough chapstick on their lips to kiss the Flyers today. I'm sorry. It was atrocious. It was just, the NHL should be ashamed to have broadcasting crews on there to act like they did. That's just, yeah. That's all I'm going to say about that. And also, too, at the end of the game, the Flyers fans, they had to hold the post-game interview with Jake in the hallway by the locker room because of their fans throwing debris on the ice. Again, that's just classless by the Flyers. Not the team, but their fans. Their fans just, I'm sorry, that's just beyond wrong. You don't do that. You don't go there with that kind of stuff. But getting back to the game, Jake Guentzel, wow. I mean, how many he led in playoff goals last year? I think he has 5 already, and we're just in the first series. He had 13 all last season in the playoffs. I mean, absolutely fantastic. Hoping that Evgeny Malkin can be back for the start of round 2. Lower leg injury. You all saw what happened the other night. He was trying to take a guy down using his leg. That was just not good for him. I'm expecting, hopefully, if it depends upon who we end up playing, it depends if it goes 7 games or not. It's probably going to be later in the week. I imagine at the earliest this is going to start is probably not going to be until maybe Friday or Thursday. Of course, the NHL has yet to release that because we don't know what's going on, who will end up playing either Washington or Columbus. But and I don't know if you've heard, but our friend John Tortorella has guaranteed a win in Game 6 and that there will be a Game 7. So who knows with that? But I mean, there's some players have stepped out in famous situations and have said, we're gonna win this game. I guarantee it. And of course, it goes back to Joe Namath in the Super Bowl, and here we go with John Tortorella saying the same thing. So who knows? Who knows with that? I'm gonna get a little drink here because I'm still kind of getting over bronchitis. But also wanted to talk about the play of some unsung heroes. Riley Sheahan winning faceoffs. I'm going to say this. I miss Dad. I miss Matt Cullen. But boy, oh boy, Riley Sheahan has just absolutely came in and has filled an incredible spot. They did not get him to score goals. They got him. He's winning faceoffs. He's excellent on whenever role Mike Sullivan puts him in, he answers the call, and he answers the call incredibly well. Connor Sherry raises that puck, and that it's in the net. But I have to give him a lot of credit too. A lot of people ride him. He hasn't played, his best at times this season, but he's risen up to the occasion as well. And he's played very well, very tenacious. And Brian Rust, when the playoffs arrive, it's his time to shine. And he had another great game today. There were turnovers and some other things, but that line with Rust and Sheahan, and they really kind of rose up. And then later in the game, some of their penalty kills were absolutely fantastic, and clearing pucks, getting to loose pucks, winning puck battles. I know Mike Sullivan preaches about it all the time, but that's an important thing. They need to do that. They need to do that consistently, because no matter who they play in the second round, it's going to be every round you go up, it's going to be tough. You don't know. And who would I rather them play? Who knows? I mean, if Columbus gets to the round 2, look out. They're going to have some energy. They're going to be on fire. We've had a good history with them in the playoffs, but you never know. And then we play the Capitals. It could go 7 games. Who knows? Last year we won the first 2 in Washington. And, if we end up playing the Capitals, the games, Capitals are going to have home ice. And if we end up playing the Blue Jackets, we'll have home ice. But who knows? That remains to be seen. So Game 6 for them is tomorrow night. So, and other, in other NHL action, the Avs are facing off against the Predators in Game 6 in Colorado this evening, and that's going to be a barn burner. The Avs tying that, getting the lead late in the game against the Predators at home, forcing a Game 6. That's just fantastic. So, and I believe the Avs are going to be pumped up, and they have the Hamburglar in goal, who came from Ottawa. Yeah, came from Ottawa. So good for them. I'm kind of hoping. I like it when series go to 7 games, except for the Pens. But I imagine a Washington series could possibly go 7. But who knows with that? And I expect if we end up playing the Capitals, it's going to be. You think the hitting was hard in the Flyer series? You just wait. Mr. Cheap Shot Oshie, Mr. Cheap Shot Wilson, and Cardboard Brooks, are going to dish stuff out. But we have to be just as equal with that. One of the things that I will say though is I think we are missing Ryan Reeves right now. When you're having to have somebody like Phil Kessel step up and engage somebody and say enough is enough, we need an enforcer at this point. I kind of wish we didn't have to get rid of him. I mean, a lot of people talked about how at times, he just took up a spot on the bench and didn't play minutes and everything, but you need some muscle at times. And I know coming up against the Capitals, they're going to need some muscle. It's going to be a tough series if they end up playing the Capitals or the Blue Jackets as well. Blue Jackets are tough. We all know Dubinsky and his antics, and the thing that I would like about playing the Blue Jackets is we're in Bobrovsky's head. He ended up, I think, had to go see a shrink because of that, because of how we've handled him in the playoffs before. So who knows? Again, with all of that, again, can't say enough about the resiliency of the Penguins, the way they responded today. It was fantastic. Their comeback ability was there. And then Murray, except for that last goal, he kind of shut the door on the Flyers. But I expected, he has a great record in bouncing back from a playoff loss. I think he's now 10-1 since losing a previous game, but it was not his A game today. And unfortunately for parts of the game, it wasn't the Penguins' A game today. They may have brought a C or D game, but the one thing that they had an A+ on was resiliency, and the other thing they had an A+ on was definitely Jake Hensel. He just and what else you can say about Patrick Hornqvist. So I think that's going to wrap it up here for today. Again, the final: the Penguins win the game 8-5. They win the series 4-2. Looking to see who their next opponent's going to be. It's kind of nice they have a break, and it's a well-deserved break. So we're looking forward. Going to be out there for you guys to watch. I hope you enjoyed it, and let's go Pens.